Last week, we talked about Carlos Gimenez's budget, and I noted that his budget is a transparent attempt to partially put out the fire that he has been building for the past 5 years. In response, Carlos Gimenez has parroted again and again that he should remain our mayor because he hasn't raised taxes. Of course, Gimenez fails to recognize that I haven't raised taxes either. In fact, at the school board, we've lowered taxes. But this week, Gimenez went too far, not just rewriting his own past, but attempting to rewrite my past.
Her argument is this budget that you're proposing is an admission by you of the mistakes you made in the past in terms of the cuts you made. That you're putting money back into the very things that you cut in the past.
She would either had kept the tax rate the same or actually increased taxes. And so we basically have a difference of opinion on philosophy. She obviously wants to spend more. She obviously wants to tax you more in order to...
No, Carlos, that is a bold-faced lie. I have been a school board member longer than you've been the mayor, and at Miami-Dade County Public Schools, we navigated the same difficult economic times, which were made even more difficult in our situation by state and federal budget cuts. And my record is crystal clear. I have lowered taxes, improved services, and found efficiencies. I have safeguarded public funds and advocated for Miami-Dade County schools in D.C. and Tallahassee, even securing $2.5 million from the BP oil spill, an economic loss claim Gimenez decided not to make for Miami-Dade County. Interesting how election cycles alter Carlos Gimenez's perspective, because I clearly recall that as part of the Superintendent's Business Council, Gimenez stated time and again that he wished he could do at the county what we were doing at the school board. So let's set the record straight. At County Hall, Gimenez vilified his employees, deciding to work against his 20,000 employees instead of with them. At the school board, we worked with our employees, deciding to work alongside our close to 50,000 employees to find solutions in difficult economic times. At County Hall, Gimenez promised to cut back. But instead, he reduced the departments by name only, keeping all positions, combining employees, commingling them, and without direction or guidance. This mismanagement led to scandals like the recent special taxing district. Gimenez added more high-salary staff to the already top-heavy county government and began outsourcing services and promoting the practice of interdepartmental borrowing, robbing Peter to pay Paul. At the school board, we buckled down and sought efficiencies, focusing on changing needs and technology. We revamped our IT department, streamlined locations, and restructured our system, eliminating regions and high-paid staff. We reduced our school administration budgets, but gave our administrators more autonomy. We focused our efforts on finding new state and federal funding, opened a foundation, and began reaching out to our community partners and asking them to invest in our students and teachers. We focused on customer service and transparency and sought new ways to inform our student parents and employees. Meanwhile, at County Hall, Carlos Gimenez did not seek efficiencies. Instead, the county's IT department continued to run on antiquated platforms, and he balanced the budget by reducing services, by eliminating bus cleaning, by forgoing cutting the grass, by closing libraries 2 days a week, and by taking funds from Water and Sewer Department and then from the People's Transportation Fund. At the school board, we did the math on the real cost of old buses in terms of gas and repairs. I brought a 5-year transportation plan to the board, and we sold our old buses and purchased new, safer, and more efficient buses. We put more money in reserves to lower our debt payments and altered our self-funded healthcare program so that higher-paid administrators helped alleviate the healthcare costs of lower-paid bus drivers and cafeteria workers. Carlos Gimenez had 5 years to get it right, and he got it wrong. The difference between Carlos Gimenez and I is clear. For 5 years, I have worked alongside our employees and residents to make sure that public money was spent where it was needed. In difficult times, I innovated, and whether in Tallahassee or in D.C., I fought for the interest of Miami-Dade County residents. Mr. Gimenez has spent 5 years giving away public money, first to the Dolphins, then to the Miami Heat, and recently to projects like Skyrise. He has championed corporate welfare, cut services at every opportunity, and neglected our transportation system and needs. He has mismanaged federal funds and neglected his obligation to safeguard the public good, resulting in federal fines and reduced federal funding for Miami-Dade County. Now Carlos Gimenez claims that he did what he did because times were tough. Thankfully, we both have a record. So today, I ask you to look beyond the rhetoric and look at our voting record. Look at our budgets over the past 5 years. I stand by my record. I stand by the decisions that I made in difficult economic times at the school board. So no, Mr. Gimenez, I wouldn't have raised taxes because I've never raised taxes, but I would have done things differently. Very differently, because leadership is not just about addressing past mistakes in better times. Leadership is more than just damage control. Gimenez says that we have turned the corner in Miami-Dade County, but sadly we have not. Higher property values do not translate into a better quality of life in Miami-Dade County at present. In the following videos, we will be addressing what the current mayor has ignored: the need for a transit system that is both clean and efficient, the ever-increasing cost of living, and how it has not kept up with our wages in our community, the threat of sea level rise and the ever-expanding development into our Everglades, the traffic congestion caused by neglect and mismanagement, and most importantly, putting a stop to corporate handouts and ensuring that the use of public funds is directly tied to the public good. An informed resident is a good voter, and I believe that the people of Miami-Dade County need to ask more questions of their elected officials. Please help me continue this conversation by sharing this video, and if you have any questions or need clarification, please comment below. I'm Raquel Regalado, and I thank you for your time.